Small-scale fisheries operate in a wide range of forms and make important contributions to nutrition, food security, livelihoods, and poverty alleviation in the countries in which they operate. Globally, small-scale fisheries and fishery-related activities such as processing and marketing of the catch provide an important source of income in many rural and coastal communities in developing nations, predominantly those in the Asia-Pacific region. Small-scale fisheries only require small capital investment and use low-technology gear and vessels. Many of them don't even have motors. They catch the fish for personal consumption, as well as supplying products to local and domestic markets. This makes small-scale fisheries a viable means of providing or supplementing the livelihood for over 100 million people in developing countries, even if this work is often part-time or seasonal. Almost half of the fish consumed by humans globally is supplied by small-scale fisheries, and these businesses employ over 90% of the workers in the fishery industry. The general trend for global fish stocks is rapidly decaying. However, this is not the case for the small Asia-Pacific country of Timor-Leste. The nation gained independence in 2002 from a 25-year-long Indonesian reign filled with conflict. During this time, the Indonesians employed destructive fishing methods that used cyanide and dynamite. Despite this, coastal and marine resources in Timor remain in good conditions, with few areas suffering from overfishing. Timor-Leste is currently addressing these challenges caused during the time of conflict, with the nation suffering from the highest prevalence of stunting in the world due to malnutrition. This is due to insufficient protein consumption, lack of diversity in diet, and reliance on staple foods such as rice. There is an opportunity, however, for fisheries to improve the overall national health, with fish being a high-quality protein which contains crucial vitamins and fats. Improving the small-scale fishing sector for the future of Timor-Leste is difficult, as it is underdeveloped and underfinanced. The fisheries sector in Timor-Leste is almost exclusively small-scale, and recent figures show that there are approximately 5,000 fisheries operating currently. The small-scale fishing fleet is made up of non-motorized boats and uses low technological gear. This method uses gill nets, hooks and line, targeting species such as sardines, mackerel, scad, needlefish, garfish and flying fish. Gleaning is a collection of mollusks, crabs, octopus and fish at low tide, using a combination of manual collection, but also the use of spears, hand lines and cast nets. Gleaning is usually the method of women and children, predominantly to feed the family, with any excess being sold, particularly the high-valued species like octopus. The yield to the fisheries sector in Timor-Leste is considerably low compared to that of the other island countries. This is due to an underdeveloped sector and there is limited monitoring. The Timor-Leste National Fisheries and Aquaculture Directorate, established in 2001, has encouraged several positive policies and strategies for the local fishery industry. However, they have crucially ceased to consider safety at sea. These concerns include lack of skipper qualifications or training, no fishing license required, or safety equipment regulations on fishing vessels. In summary, countries in Southeast Asia rely heavily on fish as a source of income and protein. A true island in Timor-Leste is a region highly dependent on fisheries and has a clear and positive influence on the nation's wealth and food. The seafood trade has become a multi-billion-dollar business, and therefore small-scale fishing is showing dramatic growth due to increased connection globally to traders, distributors and consumers through both domestic and international markets. It will take the effort of government and non-government organisations concerned with the sustainability and longevity of the fisheries sector to implement the regulations, promote the education and encourage the modernisation of fishing practices. As the young country develops, there is no doubt that the influence and involvement of external organisations will rapidly improve the mechanisms and the safety of current activities.